On the eve of the 2019 budget, you're watching Prime Time News on News First. I'm Maha Shivaratri. Before we head into the stories in detail, let's take a look at the headlines.
2019 budget to be presented tomorrow. Opposition urges Minister of Finance to reveal the real situation of the country to the people. Minister of Labour says the time is now to rethink about the pensions. Police constable and wildlife officer arrested over the abduction and assassination of 2 businessmen from Ratgama remanded. Was the participation of Tilanga Sumathipala at the ICC Cricket Board meeting legal?
On to those stories in detail now. The 5th budget of the current government is due to be presented in Parliament tomorrow under the theme quote, Enterprise Sri Lanka, Public Empowerment and Nurturing the Poor, unquote.
The Ministry of Finance in an announcement says that the 2019 budget due to be presented in Parliament by Minister of Finance Mangala Samaravira tomorrow evening will mainly focus on empowering the public and nurturing the poor. The announcement stated that a program to further strengthen the empowering of human resources through Enterprise Sri Lanka will be implemented. The Ministry of Finance also stated that the program to nurture the poor will be further developed, and fulfilling the public's basic requirements has also been considered in the budget proposal for 2019. As per the budget proposal for 2019, the total state expenditure is estimated at Rs 4,550 billion, while total state revenue is estimated at Rs 2,400 billion. The total budget deficit of Rs 2,160 billion is estimated to be 4.5% of GDP. The Ministry of Finance further states that the government aims at reducing the total budget deficit to 3.5% of GDP by 2020, and the government has been working towards achieving this target since 2015. The second reading of the budget debate is scheduled to be held from the 6th of March to the 12th of March, while the third reading of the budget is scheduled to be held from the 13th of March to the 15th of April. The voting will take place in the evening on the 5th of April.
This is what the opposition had to say about the budget.
Tomorrow we will see a budget document that has been barred by the IMF. This budget is presented by the government to cover the election year that will create a huge financial crisis in the country by burdening the people of this country with a massive amount of debt. The government informed some of the main terms and conditions to the Finance Ministry officials and to the relevant officers. The shortage of the budget should be decreased to 3.5% in the gross domestic production in 2020. The only method to increase the budget is to impose more and more taxes on people. That is a hunt. Now the IMF has said to present tax proposals so that the profit from the budget will be increased from another 150 million rupees. Now they can't cut down some expenses because the election is coming up. Due to the fallacious policies the government is following, they cannot refrain from increasing the salaries. All three-wheeler owners have to give 2 million rupees to buy a vehicle. Then they will be under the impression that they could cast their vote for the UNP. The economic growth rate of the country is 3%. Even at the peak time of the war, this has not happened. The real fate of the country should be unveiled by the Finance Minister tomorrow.
They are going to provide relief to the people from this budget. The relief will be provided while burdening the people with the mound of debt. They on one hand provide relief and on the other hand burden them with debt. So one should understand good and the bad that will come out of this budget.
A reminder to our viewers that a special live discussion on the 2019 budget will be at from 12:30 p.m. tomorrow on Sirasa TV and TV1 as well. We invite all of you to join us tomorrow to view the 2019 budget speech from Parliament. Keeping you updated about more local stories, Non-Cabinet Minister of Labour and Trade Union Relations, Ravindra Samaravira, expressed the following views regarding the local pension system.
The time has come to rethink about the pension system in our country. When we met with the World Bank and the IMF representatives recently, they warned us that if our country continues with the current system, by 2025, the pension fund will diminish to zero. They have warned us beforehand, and therefore, the time has come to rethink it. We cannot say that an individual who retires at the age of 60 will only receive pension until the age of 90. Even after his death, his wife will receive his pension. The pension fund will remain. However, we must further strengthen it.
The minister expressed these views while addressing an event to celebrate the 38th anniversary of the Employees Trust Fund Board. Brand new vehicles were presented to senior management of the ETF in line with the event.
Parliamentarian S.M. Chandrasena expressed the following views during a media briefing in Anuradhapura today.
We are prepared to defeat the upcoming budget by the 5th of April this year. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has sensed this. The Prime Minister and his wife had visited the Tirupati temple recently. He is worried that his government will not continue after April. That is why he visited the temple and other places of worship. However, I believe that his visits to temples will not help him succeed this time.
If it is a budget that does not benefit the general public, we will not support it. Ranil Wickremesinghe follows religious observances and obtains blessings. There is nothing wrong with that. But what is the reason behind going to Tirupati all of a sudden? The reason is the UNP leadership is not sure that he could succeed at the budget tomorrow. That is the real story.
These were the views expressed in the political arena regarding the voting for the upcoming budget.
If MP Vijit Vijayamuni Soisa, MP Fauzi, MP Piyasena Gamage, MP Lakshman Senaviratne and MP Manusha Nanayakara return to the UPFA and vote against the present government, we will have 102 seats. The ruling party will then only have 101 seats. So it is clear that we can defeat this government. When a budget is presented, there is no intention of being defeated. A similar game was played previously. However, the game was a failure. Therefore, there is no need to panic. Clearly, this budget will be approved and passed in Parliament.
During the
59-day political turmoil, we all witnessed that we had more than 103 MPs. The budget will be approved and passed as per due process. There is no need to panic.
The Budget 2019 with News First.
Live broadcast from 12:30 p.m. tomorrow on Sirasa TV and TV1.
Keeping you updated about the developments at Sri Lanka cricket, we have yet another revelation about the SLC. Let's have a look.
Sri Lanka cricket announced yesterday that Thilanga Sumathipala, Shammi De Silva and Mohan Silva attended the ICC's board meeting. We inquired with Claire Furlong, who is in charge of the media unit of the ICC, about the meeting. According to her, only Shammi Silva attended the ICC board meeting. After our inquiry, Sri Lanka cricket has issued another media release today. There, the SLC says that its previous media release was erroneous. In the communique issued today, Sri Lanka cricket states that Shammi Silva attended the board meeting of the ICC as the president of Sri Lanka cricket. The communique further adds, Thilanga Sumathipala has attended other discussions. Only formally elected officials from their respective countries can attend the formal talks held with the ICC. Who provided wrong information for the media release issued by Sri Lanka cricket yesterday? Can Thilanga Sumathipala attend the board meeting of the ICC? Who is trying to deceive the people of this country by hiding the truth? For your attention.
Hindu devotees the world over celebrate the Maha Shivaratri today.
Maha Shivaratri is a solemn occasion to worship Lord Shiva, who is regarded as the ocean of love, the ocean of knowledge, the ocean of peace and the ocean of happiness. The festival is principally celebrated by offerings of bare leaves to Shiva, all-day fasting and all-night vigil. Devotees of Lord Shiva and Hindus in general on the day of Maha Shivaratri observe fast, only drinking milk and eating fruits. They perform the elaborate puja or ritual of worship to Lord Shiva with chants and rhymes dedicated to him.
Another set of lands that were under the custody of the security forces were released at the Tellipalai Divisional Secretariat today.
19.72 acres of land in 3 Grama Seva divisions in Waligamam North were released today. 3.17 acres of land in northern Mailatti, 1.12 acres in eastern Palali and 13.15 acres of land in the Palali J Grama Seva division were released today as well. The land deeds were handed over to the Jaffna District Secretariat by Major General Darshana Hettiarachi, Commander of the Security Force Headquarters of Jaffna.
Construction of the first phase of the Bingiria Export Processing Zone commenced today under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe.
Steps to construct the export processing zone in Bingiriya was initiated on the request made by the Deputy Minister of Development Strategies and International Trade, Nalin Pandara.
This plan was executed with the greatest of difficulty. Our efforts have come to fruition. Last Friday, we opened 200 school buildings. On the 17th, another 200 roads will be vested with the public. There is more. We do not publicize with drum rolls. In the months to come, we will show the public what we have been doing silently. When the open market economy was established in 1977, first came in the garment industry. They were called the tailor shops. Some even said that we were sewing women's briefs. But I will tell you one thing. The best women's briefs are sewn in Sri Lanka. Victoria's Secret is manufactured in Sri Lanka. We must go forward with whatever we can earn. We are now manufacturing rubber tires. Sri Lanka did not have tires back then. I remember the time when I had to purchase tires for my vehicle on a coupon basis.
Up next is a look at Action TV. A case is currently being heard before the Special High Court Trial at Bar regarding irregularities that allegedly took place when the former government used funds from the Litro Gas Company to fund a hotel project. While allegations as such are directed at bigwigs of the former government, the Movement for the Protection of Consumer Rights revealed today that such irregularities continue to occur under the present government as well. The current gas supply tender of the Litro Gas Company is under the ownership of the Oman Trading International Company. The local agent of the organization up until last year was Shanmugasundaram Devanayagam, aka DSA Murugesh. The Movement for the Protection of Consumer Rights claimed that this individual had been appointed as a non-executive director of the Litro Gas Company by the Minister of Finance.
Minister Mangal Samravira initiated a system where billions of funds can be misappropriated. The OTI company is the agent in Sri Lanka and is appointed as a non-executive director of the Litro Gas Company. This further increases the wealth of such individuals. Appointing the agent to the board of the gas company is similar to bringing in Arjuna Mahendran to defraud the central bank. It is the board of directors who is responsible in determining the price of gas. If gas prices are increased, it is these individuals who benefit.
The finance minister had removed 5 individuals who served as directors of the Litro Gas Company and appointed 3 new directors, including Shanmugasundaram Devanayagam, aka DSA Murugesh. Chauhan Veerasinghe had been appointed the company's chairman along with DSA Murugesh and Samantha Pereira as directors on the 22nd of February based on a communique issued to the company secretary. It must be noted that those who have been relieved of their duties are individuals who had contributed to the United National Party over a long period of time. Mudita Piris, Nishanka Nanayakara, Daya Ratnayaka, Bandara Ratnayaka, Trevor Recommend and PB Gunawardena are those who have been removed. Mudita Piris has also served as the chairman of the Kaduwal Urban Council and has worked tirelessly for his party. How is it that these individuals were removed and someone who is directly connected to the gas tender appointed to the board? Prime Minister, this is for your attention. Still on local news, Marianne Hagen, State Secretary and State Minister at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Norway, will make a 2-day official visit to Sri Lanka tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. During his visit, State Minister Hagen will call on Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, Foreign Minister Tilak Marapana and Finance Minister Mangala Samaraveera. In addition, she will meet with the representatives from the Office of Missing Persons, Human Rights Commission, Civil Society and Business. She will also be present at the signing ceremony of a letter of intent between the Royal Norwegian Embassy in Sri Lanka and Slascom about expanding their cooperation in the information and communication technology sector for sustainable employment and innovation. Speaking at the conference on disarmament, Sri Lanka says it stands for comprehensive disarmament realized through a step-by-step approach underpinned by the adoption of legally binding frameworks and the addressing of legal gaps.
Ambassador ALA Aziz, Sri Lanka's permanent representative in Geneva, told the conference on disarmament that an approach of picking the pickables and leaving out the rest in the UN Secretary General's Securing Our Common Future, an agenda for disarmament, may perpetuate existing imbalances rather than addressing them comprehensively. During his remarks, Ambassador Aziz reiterated the urgent need for the conference on disarmament to explore all means possible to create momentum for serious and committed negotiations, considering particularly the current current precarious state of the international peace and security landscape. Referring to the significance of the year 2019 for disarmament, including the 40th anniversary of the Conference on Disarmament, the ambassador noted that this was the right opportunity, if used wisely, to build on the momentum achieved by the Conference on Disarmament in 2018, commencing from Sri Lanka's presidency.
Recently, the frontline leaders of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna expressed various contradicting statements on the internal affairs of the party. Here are some views expressed in this regard.
The political party that represents and claims ownership of the flower bud has the right to act according to their decisions. However, I must state, no one has the right or power to claim the victories of the flower bud or consider those victories as a single effort. I make this statement as there have been several attempts to claim ownership of the flower bud and its victories. If we are deprived from forming a broader alliance, this will no doubt benefit the UNP. No, I only stated that Basil Rajapaksa is an excellent manager. There is nothing wrong with that. I have not specified that Basil Rajapaksa should only be limited to such a position. However, we will only accept the leadership of Mahinda Rajapaksa. In order to make a difference from our end, we believe that the former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa should be the next presidential candidate representing the opposition. As Mahinda Rajapaksa cannot contest for the upcoming presidential election, we believe Gotabaya Rajapaksa should be the next leader to make a difference in our country.
බොහොම පැහැදිලිව රාජපක්ෂ කෙනෙක්. ඒකේ කිසිම ගැටලුවක්.
බැසල් මහත්මයා සමග විමල් වීරවංශ වාසුදේව මහතුරු සෑහෙන සහයෝගයෙන් වැඩ කරා. දැන් පක්ෂයේ දෙදෙනෙක්වත් තියෙනවා තැන තැන විවේචනය කරන්න.
We convene party leaders meetings every Tuesday under the leadership of Mahinda Rajapaksa. At times, certain disagreements take place during these meetings. We all have various political opinions, and this is how it should be. Similar to internal issues that prevail within the cabinet, we have issues within our party as well. However, these issues will not prompt any political divisions.
Galle Chief Magistrate Harshana Kakunawala ordered that the police constable and wildlife officer arrested over the abduction and murder of two businessmen from Rathgama to be further remanded until the 13th of this month. The order was issued following the suspects being produced before the Galle Magistrates Court today.
A wildlife officer attached to the Kanumuldene Reserve in Walasmulla, suspected of being involved in the abduction and assassination, was taken into custody by the CID yesterday. He was taken into custody at a house in Denagamaheni area in Vehalla, Dikwella. It is revealed that the suspect, Tushara Nalinda, had revealed the location in the reserve to the police IP, who is a chief suspect in the case where he could dispose the burnt bodies of the two businessmen. Police sources stated that investigations revealed that he was an accomplice to the burning of the bodies. Meanwhile, another police constable attached to the Southern Province SIU was arrested on Saturday when he visited the CID to provide a statement. The police media spokesperson further said that this individual is one of the 5 suspects who were avoiding the CID. Based on the statement he provided, a search operation was conducted together with the Naval Diving Unit in a river in Dikwella, which led to the discovery of 3 mobile phones. Based on the IMEI numbers of the mobile phones, it was confirmed that 2 of the 3 mobile phones belonged to the 2 businessmen from Rathgama. The Southern Province Special Investigations Unit is facing charges of abducting 2 businessmen from Rathgama, Manjula Sela and Rushin Chintaka, on the 23rd of January and murdering them by setting them on fire.
Let's cross over to another quick commercial break.
The Budget 2019 with News First.
Live broadcast from 12:30 p.m. tomorrow on Sirasa TV and TV1.
Welcome back. A group of representatives from the Association to Protect ETI Depositors met with UPFA MP Vimal Veerabansa today.
The depositors met with Vimal Weerawansa and explained the situation they are facing.
Except the ETI company, the other means of wealth they own have been given to another company owned by the same owner of Lanka Mobiles. He has not even completed the payment. It is not clear whether the paid amount is used to resolve the crisis of the depositors. The central bank seems to be completely neglecting this. If this situation prevails, no citizen of this country will ever deposit their money in private financial companies.
The 174th model village was vested with the public in the Digalhalmilwawe area in Kahatagasdigiliya, Anuradhapura. The event was held under the auspices of Minister of Housing, Construction and Cultural Affairs as well as the Deputy Leader of the United National Party, Sajith Premadasa.
The village, named as Dharma Vivandanagama, was built with the cost of 57.9 million rupees. The village with 56 houses consists of entry routes, access to clean drinking water and other infrastructure facilities. Visitors housing loans and land ownership deeds were also presented under the auspices of the minister. We have safeguarded the nation and have made sacrifices for the betterment of the people. We are ready to face any challenge in the future. We all know that the country has a massive debt burden. The taxes are being increased to settle the loans that were obtained during the previous regime. Then we say we are in a critical situation and expect the people to tighten their belts. But it is the politicians who have to tighten their belts. It is us who have to suffer and not the general public.
Yesterday we brought you a revelation about a human trafficking operation taking place surrounding our country. Let's now take a look at more of Newsfirst discoveries on this matter.
The eventual home for most Sri Lankans who try to migrate and seek refuge in Australia is the Manus Island adjacent to Australia. This is the story of a group of Sri Lankans who have been trapped in the island for a period of 6 years. The destiny that has befallen these people who have fallen in the trap of these human traffickers is one where they are stuck in small plots of land separated by pieces of wire. This is a far cry from the luxuries they expected to experience in Australia. These Sri Lankans speak of those among them who have committed suicide over the 6 years they have been held, and they reiterate that they have no idea what the future holds for them.
We don't know what will happen tomorrow. We have no facilities. We don't even have medical care. 12 of us have already committed suicide. 7 more people died because of other illnesses. The truth is that most of these people have the belief that they will go on a treacherous journey for maybe 20 to 25 days and then get a chance to live a good life. This has not happened.
As a result of Australia tightening their laws on migration, human traffickers have now diverted their attention to other areas. The Union Island takes pride of place among this. Expect a comprehensive report on this tomorrow.
The jury of the Sports First Platinum Awards 2018 convened for the second day today. Discussions were held about the selection of sportsmen and women for the awards.
The Platinum Awards ceremony is organized to assess and award talented sportsmen and women in the country within the years of 2017 and 2018. 20 sportsmen and women will be awarded and 10 medals will be provided at the Platinum Awards 2018. The jury, headed by Kishu Gomez, comprises of Damayanti Darsha, Shriyani Kulavansa, Julian Bolin, Arjuna De Silva and Ruan Karagala. The award ceremony will be held on the 29th of March at the Stein Studios in Ratmalana.
That's all the news we have for you this evening. Before we go, a reminder to our viewers that we will be bringing in a special analysis of the 2019 budget at 12:30 p.m. tomorrow on Sirasa TV and TV1. We will be joining you with the budget speech as well at that time. Thank you very much for watching tonight's bulletin. I've been Satran Sapalati. It was a pleasure having you with us.